Senator Cotton, please.
Gentlemen, welcome. Congratulations on your nomination. General Reed, I want to associate myself with everything Senator Kaine just said about the debacle of using that pier to try to supply Gaza, with the exception that it was Israel's responsibility. It's neither our responsibility nor Israel's responsibility to provide for the people of Gaza. That would be Hamas, the de facto governing authority of it. You said there's already an after-action review underway. That's your understanding, is that correct?
Senator, it's my understanding that folks are looking at it. If confirmed, I'll have visibility on how folks are looking at that. Exactly what's being done, I would have to defer to CENTCOM.
Okay, that's fine. But can we move from understanding to your commitment, whatever it is that you find is underway, that you're committed to actually having an after-action review that you'll report back to this committee either in person or with a written report?
Senator, I'm committing to this committee, if confirmed, in my position as Transcom, to share with you what I discover and the impacts of that from Transcom.
Okay, thank you. Military Sealift Command recently announced plans to sideline 17 logistic ships because of a shortage of merchant mariners. Can you explain to us how the loss of those 17 ships might degrade Transcom's ability to sustain military operations, both peacetime and wartime?
Senator, what I can share with you on that is, being from the air component, what I understand is that there is a little bit of an adjustment to make sure that the crews are available, can crew the ships. For the details of that, actually, I would have to defer to the Department of the United States Navy for that.
Okay. If confirmed, can you come back to us after, say, 60 or 90 days with an answer about what you think the loss of those 17 ships means for our ability to sustain operations?
Yes, Senator.
Thank you. General Brunson, I want to speak about landmines. Landmines have been a critical part of defending the Korean Peninsula for decades now, essential to assuring that North Korea doesn't sweep into South Korea. The South Korean government has also stressed the importance of landmines. Do you agree that landmines continue to fulfill a critical battlefield need on the peninsula?
Senator, having been up on the DMZ recently, they perform a very useful purpose where they are laid in the demilitarized zone, as you well know, sir. So yes, okay. I do believe they serve a purpose.
And you believe that we should continue to employ them in that way at the DMZ?
Senator, I believe that if confirmed, what I would do is continue to assess that. If there are other means to mitigate that, to serve the same purpose and role that they are currently, then I'll look at that. But I believe that right now that they are serving the purpose they were intended for.
Are you aware of any other potential means besides the landmines? I'm not. I'm curious in your professional military judgment.
Well, sir, yes. And I'm just going to take that for a question. There are one-way munitions and things like that could be used to provide the same purpose, sir.
Okay. The reason I ask is that some people, to include some senators, but certainly some nations, believe that we should withdraw all landmines and not use them anymore. And that may be nice if you live in Europe and think you're behind the gates of paradise, but someone has to guard the gates around the world. North Korea has gotten more aggressive lately. They violated sanctions by sending all those missiles and munitions to Russia, fired ballistic missiles in the Sea of North Korea, and they just recently decided to reveal their uranium enrichment facility for the first time. Why do you think they did that?
Senator, one of the things I think that continues to go on is, especially in the more ephemeral domains, EW, cyber, is we continue to maneuver in those spaces. And I think North Korea, in revealing something that they've generally hidden for years and years and years, is trying to maneuver in the information space. And to that end, if I'm confirmed, I have to take a look at how are we maneuvering in the information space to counter the narratives that are put forward by that. That causes tectonic shifts amongst the Korean people when they see another facility, because we all know that a facility that you can process uranium in is a facility that you can make warheads in. And so I think that by working closely with not only those within the embassy spaces, but also working alongside Indo-PACOM and even U.S. Army Pacific, I think that we can get toward alleviating some of the things that are being done there. For example, there's a theater information unit within U.S. Army Pacific. And those exist across our Army, First IO Command and others that can help us to message appropriately that we might maneuver as well. Any maneuver is met with other maneuver. And so we've got to meet them in that space and alleviate some of those
Thank you.
challenges.
If I could conclude about the Brunson family. I know military service is often a family affair in this country, but so your father, Sergeant Major Brunson, was a veteran of both Vietnam and the Gulf War. And Sergeant Major Brunson and Mrs. Brunson, you've raised 3 sons who have now all rose to the rank of colonel and general officer. I just want to say it's a remarkable testament to you as parents. You must have raised your kids right. And to all those families out there who don't come from a family like the Brunsons. If you have any doubts about your child serving in our armed services, then you should look at what Sergeant Major and Mrs. Brunson have raised and know that it's a great choice for your family at a time when we're struggling to recruit who we need. We need more parents like Sergeant Major and Mrs. Brunson to encourage their kids to take the path you all have taken and serve this nation. So kudos to you.
Thank you, Senator Cotton. Senator Hirono, please.